Such a good day today. How are you? We're getting close to my favorite festival. That's the ComFest. Yeah, it's starting to happen virtually tomorrow night in my city, Columbus, Ohio. And every year I play this ComFest when I'm home and not on the road. And I give it to my city because it's my city. And if I want to make it a better place, it starts with me, right? Yeah. But no matter where you come from, there's always some place that comes. Yes, that's right. Good morning. Hey, Scott. Andre. Hey, Takao. Ava. Kevin. We're gonna go to the moon today. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Rudy. Hey, Gordon. Hey, Deb. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good day. Yes, sir. Yeah. Until you will, baby. How high the moon? How high the moon? That's how we're gonna go. Yeah. Ooh, feeling good today. So glad you joined me on this Thursday. Another gorgeous day here in Plain City, Ohio. Somebody. Where are we? Rudy, Europe. We're on the West Coast. We're in Japan. Where else are we? In France? Yes. We're in Toronto. Yes. We're in, what's that city up over there, Andre? What the heck is the name? Alain. How are you? Alain, good to see you, Kevin. Welcome on this beautiful day. And that was How High the Moon. And this morning, I was listening to, people ask me, who's your favorite organist? And I have two, obviously. My first is going to be, yes, Jimmy Smith. He was the one, that music was what, Ciao Pietro, Italia. He was the one that introduced me to jazz, right, Jimmy Smith. But my go-to listen is Don Paterson. That's the one I feel. The reason why I like Don, maybe it's a age thing, maybe, I don't know. It just seems like he's not pushing it that hard, you know? He's just playing the organ beautifully, but on fire, right? So this is going to be like the organ sound a little bit more like Don would have it. And we're going to keep the growl out of it, right? And we're going to keep her on the softer side. And this was the groove they were playing. This goes out to Clarence, my student Clarence. I wish you were here, Jerry. I'd give you some of this. That's it, man. My favorite record. Is it yours? Man. Paterson. Yeah, never, ever be another that. Wow. You know, when you're young, I think you want to run really fast. You know, you want to run to the finish line. You know, so I notice all the young organ players, they're just paying attention to this. That's just a sub-language inside the organ. See, the beautiful part about the organ is the lower manual. So I always tell my students, and if you ever want to study with me, man, I love to teach. As you can see, I like to give, and that's the secret if you want to be a musician today. You got to want to give a lot. Hey, at least it's not vodka. You like my shoes, though? They got my shoes. You know, it could be vodka, right? You like the martini socks? You would never know I'd be celebrating some kind of length of sobriety today, but I am. Today. That's all you need, right? That's all we need today, is to survive today. We don't know what's going to go on tomorrow, especially in this crazy world. But I love Don Paterson, and I truly do. I only saw Don Paterson one time, and there was a little club in Columbus, Ohio called the Needle's Eye. And it was a kind of a two-combo place. You know, it was a chillins bar with a little bit of, you know, pretty little ladies running around downstairs. But you had to go back up this hallway, and there was a man at the top of the stairs. He had a gun on the table and a fistful of cash. You had to pay cash to get in. And his son was Alvin Valentine. And Alvin, God rest his soul, was playing a B2 organ. A B2. Now, you got to remember, I'm 16, so, you know, I was playing the squeeze box all this time. So, to me, the organ was not only, you know, it wasn't just Jimmy Smith. It was the mysterious look. Look at it. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's covered by stuff, but when you look at it, it looks like, I don't know, I've heard it described sort of like a coffin on legs. When it's sealed, it looks like a short coffin. I don't know, it's got this beautiful, mysterious thing, this beautiful wood and the sound that comes from it when it's opened up. It's just a beautiful thing. And Alvin was playing this B2, so they didn't have percussion. So this is the lesson for the day, okay? For those organists that might end up at the Needle's Eye tonight, and you got a gig on a B2, and it doesn't have percussion. Oh, my. What are we going to do? Well, it's pretty simple. You just, see, if you have the percussion sound, let's just listen to that. See, it's got a little decay on it, and it finishes, see? And no matter whether you have a little chorus or not, it doesn't affect the sound. It's just got a slow decay or a fast one, but it eventually decays out. Or it has a different pitch. You can go the root or the fifth, okay? So Jimmy always used the fifth, called the third harmonic percussion. You know, it's a fifth away, but it's a third harmonic. So, well, maybe 1, 2, 3, okay. So, yeah, you know, imagine anything. It's okay. So that was pretty good, wasn't it? So then when you pull the drawbars out, you hear the percussion inside. Let me just pull one. Let me turn it off and back on. Hear it? It's that sound that you're looking for, but the B2 doesn't have this. So you're stuck with trying to find a drawbar, and Alvin showed me. So if you pull out the fifth drawbar, listen, same pitch. The only problem is when you add chorus. You hear that sound? That's kind of unwanted, because when you're listening to the real percussion inside the organ coming down, even though the organ might be shimmering, hear the organ, the percussion is not. It's clean. So what happens is when you turn the percussion off and add this, you get the sound of the percussion, but you also get a little weird vibrato. So how I found to overcome it, but that's how you can get a percussion sound inside a B2 or a non-percussive equipped organ before 1955. So if you take the chorus off, sounds like percussion. The only thing is you just don't want to sustain it too long, because if you do, it won't decay. So it just stays in there. So that's how I found out how to do that. Yeah, so that's how you get your percussion. That's with it, see? Not much difference, right? And, of course, it does take a little bit of skill. If you want to use the vibrato, it's okay. You just got to keep your phrases short. Don't sustain too long. That's when it gives it away. And a little bit of shimmer in there, that's okay, you know. All right. Hey, so in Columbus, Ohio, we have a community festival that started back in the 60s. And this year, like many festivals, or most that should be, it's not happening. So, but we're going to have, I was honored to be contacted by my friends at the committee. I do it every year. I don't know, musicians, do you ever do like something once a year? You just do it for your community. Doesn't matter how much you get paid, right? Well, the ComFest is kind of one of those. It's a celebration of community. And for me, it's my chance to give a gift to Columbus, my city, that gave me all this resource to build my talent with, and continues to, because the musicians that live here today are phenomenal too. We don't need to talk about yesterday. We could talk about a whole bunch of them right now, like Bobby Floyd, like Dave Powers. I mean, we're talking about serious musicians here. Those aren't just names. They stack up to the best of the world. So these are just right here, and I grew up in Columbus, with several people like that. Derek DeCenzo on guitar. We could just go down the list of contemporaries. Louis Chamoose on the drums, Tony McClung on the drums, little young Willie Barthel on the drums, Phenoms, James Gator on the drums. These are people today. Pete Mills on the saxophone. They're making waves worldwide. Eddie Bayard. Wow, Eddie, And then we look back at our history, and we look at Roland Kirk and Nancy Wilson and Rusty Bryant, Hank Marr, and Don Paterson. Yeah. So I saw Don briefly at that little club for about 20 minutes. Somebody pointed to me. I was a naive little egotistical punk, and they pointed and said, that's that great organ player, Don Paterson. And all I remember, he was playing a real slow, soft ballad. That's all I remember. I wish I could go back today and shake his hand. My gosh. But life has its things, right? So you got to take the opportunities and be blessed when they happen, and grateful, and not so hard on yourself when things don't, because that's life. It's up and down. All right, man, I'm enjoying today. I hope you don't mind me chatting, but I like to chat too, because I think sometimes it helps me understand things better. So God bless you all on this Thursday. Thank you for joining me. Instagram is working, and that's really cool, because we got, for the text, we've got seven places going right now. The behind the scenes is, if you go to Instagram to Tony Monaco Hammond B3, you see that. But since I'm talking, I'm so honored to announce something that I've been kind of hinting at the last few days, because it finally became a reality for me. I've been thinking about this for many, many years, but I didn't feel like I had enough material. It's one of those things when you make an announcement like I'm about ready to show you now. You got to have, a few things in the chest worth talking about, before you open up the chest. So here we go. We're going to go to my website. There's my website, b3monaco.com, and as you can see, if you look at it from different times, there's a bunch of yellow writing right in the middle right there. Whoa. I'm really honored to say that I started a school, the Tony Monaco School of Hammond B3. The school has always been building. Of course, many of you know that if you go to my educational page, I've been producing educational videos for about 20 years now. One of my other passions besides playing is mixing and recording and video. I like that. I like the whole production side of things. I've always called myself, since I could remember, Monaco Productions, even though I had nothing to produce. But it was a dream. It's still coming true right now. So anyhow, what is this? This is my educational page, and if you scroll on down here, you'll see that it has rapidly grown. See these little blue things? Those are the ones that are helping it grow. Those are the groups that we have every week. On Saturday we have 2. On Sunday we have 2. On Tuesday night we have 1 called the Songbook, and I'm getting ready to introduce a 6 p.m. Eastern Wednesday called Your First Jam Sessions, when we'll take a little lighter look into tunes as you're just getting started. There's a niche there that needs to be filled. There's a lot of people I noticed they're just not ready to dig in on those songs real deep, and but you're ready to start going to jam sessions. So that's going to start happening next week. As you notice, I have a songbook group on Tuesday. I also have artist series this week on Friends and Students. Of course, we've got the great Hal Tushita giving us wonderful things, and they have clinics. So if you missed them, shucks, oh gosh darn, no problem. You can buy it with all of the data, the MIDI data, if there was. On the guest artists, they're just Zoom meetings. But look, keep strolling down. Here we go. Look, past group sessions. Look. Whoa. That's how many videos is in the school. There's about 130 right now. And for just $4.99, you can rent all of those videos for 7 days. That's what I'm announcing today. And the reason why I want you to be able to go back and see all of my educational videos for just $4.99 for 7 days, so you can see which ones you want to buy. And I think it's a great way for you to be able to do that very inexpensively. 7 days. There's a lot to learn in 7 days for $5. Let me tell you, you can't even buy lunch at Wendy's for $5 today. That information for 7 days could probably last you a long time in learning, just because there's a lot in music to learn. And I have a school that if you want to just subscribe to it, you get all the videos all the time, and I'm always adding about 16 hours of videos a month because we got groups, maybe actually more. So it's a growing website. It's a growing catalog. And, of course, when you're ready to say, hey, Tone, I want to, and by the way, my prices are all very reasonable. These groups, you could get them for $10. That's an hour worth of data that, you can't even go to a lesson with somebody for $10. And here you get the advice of me and those that join me in these groups. So they're wonderful groups, and they're categorized to the best of my ability. It's a me, myself, and I operation. One of these days I'll chronologically date them, but there's some kind of order in here. I don't know. Just look. That's the fun part. But here's what's cool. Look, though. If you go to the school, look, for $4.99, you get to watch these videos, okay? And look how many there are. There's 130 of them. Look. They're all full of stuff. If you don't take advantage of $4.99 for all of this, it can't be done, I suppose. So today I congratulate myself with my first subscription member. God bless you for joining. I got the email. So, yes, it has begun, just like Instagram at one time only had one viewer, but now we've got 5. Yeah, that's freaking great. See how it does? You just keep suiting up and showing up, and then you got 10, and then you got 20. And right now we've got about 60 people watching all the broadcasts. Hello, everyone from around the world. So tomorrow night at 10 p.m., and Saturday at 10 p.m., my shows will be dedicated to my Columbus friends, because I will be part of, and so will you, please tell everybody, the famous Columbus Community Festival. Wow, ComFest 2020. And I've got to do something. I don't know. We'll get it going here. I got some time tomorrow. I got to look at my calendar to prepare for the big event. So Friday and Saturday night, 10 p.m., I have my regular shows here. Yes, the noon show and the late show. So for the late shows this weekend, we will be part of the community festival. So all my friends from Columbus will be jumping around all these things. We're going to have a ball, okay? And yesterday I made an announcement, and I want to say thank you for listening. That was so cool, and it tells me that you are listening and you are paying attention. Because listen, man, this is a hard thing for everybody. This is going to be a difficult thing. I saw some posts yesterday from some friends. I will not mention names. That are great musicians, and their faces didn't look so happy. I know why. sometimes they only give you so much relief, and then the relief runs out. But these gigs aren't coming, especially if you're a touring musician like people like myself. They're not local gigs that sustain us. They're the long trips, and the long trips are not being scheduled. Maybe my first long trip may happen in November in Japan. But I tell you, if they don't come up with a vaccination, the way things are, I predicted that this was going to happen. I think we went way too soon. There's nothing in place. You could see what happens. It's crazy place. So tomorrow night and Friday, you got to come for the party. It's just going to be great. And thanks all of you yesterday who picked up the phone and Venmo'd me a little bit, or you sent me a little with PayPal. Those little gifts. And I'm not asking you, I don't expect them. I'm just letting you know that that's what keeps us alive. So thank you very much ahead of time for those of you that are going to go over there soon. And by the way, on my website, yeah, shut up, Tony. I can't. Well, on my website, you got a donations page. So if you don't have a PayPal account, you could just use your credit card. There you go. Very simple. All right. So what do I play next? Okay, I feel loose today, so I'm going to go up. Remember, every day lately, I've been playing these swings at 300 beats per minute. So this is our 300 beats per minute trial. It's coming around right here. See? Getting easier. Hey, Joe. I miss you. Casey, you know I love you. Thank you. Wow, that's fast. Ooh. Yes, there's our 300 beats a minute segment. You guys know I nuts. You know, I decided I was going to put out that school this week, and I did it all by myself. At first, I found out that Vimeo, I thought you had to pay like this service, like $25 or $7 a month, and you only get like 5 gigabytes per week to upload something. So I started to get into that, and then I said, nah, that can't be right. How am I going to... Then they had this little thing called Vimeo OTT, and that's for this. And, you know, their service is free, okay? So you sign up for the service, and they'll distribute your school, this school, for the profit, you know, just like PayPal, right? Make a little piece of everybody who becomes a subscriber or a renter or a member. They get a little piece, just like PayPal, so it works. That's real cool. But you got to have a little bit of cash to do it, because to upload those 130 videos that you could see there, hours and hours, there's a fee. So it ended up costing me, I don't know how many gigabytes, maybe about 40 gigs. And I still probably have at least maybe 10 left that I can use, about maybe. So I can load the next couple of weeks worth of lessons in there. It cost me almost $600 to do that. But it's a one-time fee, and now it's all there forever. So whenever somebody like you wants to join and just be up to date with all the videos, what a great way to do it. Been thinking really hard what was the right price tag, you know. This is my life's work, and it's unique, and I think $15 a month, $14.99, I think that's pretty reasonable. I hope that you all feel the same way. And I think 7 days for $4.99 is a great steal. So take advantage of it. Take a look at my catalog, how I teach in classes. Maybe you might find a couple of groups there that you might want to purchase that are worth it to you for the information. They're loaded with data, because you can see my personality. I never quit. I just pass out and start all over again. Hey, Steve Smith is here, my brother. I love you, man. Everybody loves that video. Thanks for asking me to do it with you. That was incredible. Wow, Steve Smith. He's right here. See, he's right there. He's next to the brothers over here, the Giacomo and Giuseppe Verdi and Puccini over here. See? You're next. You can't see. Hey, Steve, I want to introduce you to Giacomo and Giuseppe. There they are. There's Giuseppe Verdi. Say hi to Steve Smith. And there's Giacomo. There he is, right there. Puccini. So they've been surrounding this organ since I bought it, or my father bought it for me, in 1975. So those things have been hanging on the wall for a long time. So that's great. See, I can watch to see where the stream is happening. See, right now, they're seeing that. See, wow, this is crazy. I love it. Yeah, Steve is, let me tell you about great. Steve, there's a compliment here. Let me tell you about Steve. I've toured with a lot of musicians, many of you know, but I've also always been, for most part of my career, as you can see, a leader. I've led my own band since I was 12 years old, writing horn charts and everything. So, you know, when you're touring and you've been your own leader and everything, you know, people get set in their ways, you know. But when you tour with Steve, you're touring with a gentleman. And that was like the first tour I ever took as a co-member, you know, because Steve, man, you know, Steve could be the boss if he wanted to be, you know. That's that blue collar thing. You're gonna be the boss. And you know, man, you got to respect everybody for their weight. And when you could do that, then everybody's equal. And when that trio, have you guys seen the YouTube video when we were live in Cologne, Germany? Oh my God, we were hot. We were getting ready to record. We got this organ. Speaking of, it was a Frankenstein of all Frankensteins. In Germany. Frankenstein, Germany. Oh, I just put that one together. So anyhow, this organ was blowing circuits everywhere we played. We were ticking off everybody. You know, we're flying from the United States. What do we know? You know, this organ, we get it. My God, it had more latches and wires and things I've never, ever seen. And so anyhow, thanks to Steve, I've learned that the road can be a very wonderful place. And especially when you have eager musicians that are willing to make the music rise better. And that's why you see me here. I'm here, and I would assume that's probably why we work well together. Is because, man, I know what Steve's like in the dressing room. He's going brr, brr, the whole time. We actually rehearse tunes before we go back out, not because, we just like it, and we come up with new arrangements. That's exciting. That's the life we live. We don't have to go to do the same old. Who wants to do the same old? I want to do new. Yeah. Love you all. Thanks for joining me on this wacky Thursday, the 25th of June. Yes. More music time. So that was 300. What do I do next after that? Is Danny in the house? Oh, it's bucket time. I broke the golden rule. That's what happens. I love it. It's okay. Oh, yeah. That's what I think about that. No one should be that way. Hey, Brian. Oh, that's scary. Oh, my. I like that. Wow. Whew. That was called the bucket. Well, you know, man, that's just like taking a trip and never leaving the farm. Well, you know, listen, man, I gotta tell you all that a little bit of laughter goes a long way. And, you know, I got to tell you, I've been having more fun because I know you're having fun. And that, as an entertainer, those of you back me up, that's the best feeling you could ever have. A tear, maybe make me cry if I keep talking about how wonderful you all make me feel. And entertainers know what I'm talking about. So when you work really hard to hone in on your craft and then it starts to get appreciated, and then you can start to use it for a better good. And that's what's the beautiful thing about music. So when you see somebody that you like that's streaming, you know, stop, take a look, you know. Brian, I loved your stream the other night when you've been taking voice lessons. Man, I love that. That's so cool. We have one of the greatest organ players in the world in the house right here, Brian Charette. Good friend, personal friend. Except next time I'm coming to New York, I'm buying the burgers. I love you, Brian. Thank you. Got to have you back on the show. We changed the format a little bit because if you notice, I haven't had so many guests because I got to get organized now with one more thing, one more me, myself, and I operation. I'm pre-recording the lesson. So Midori Ono is going to be my guest this weekend. We got some wonderful things. Woody Witt's going to be here. And also I've been waiting to hook up with Will Blades. He's going to be here. And right now in our students and friends group, we have our friend Hal Tushida, who's giving some wonderful clinics. And if you go to my website, you can actually participate on his clinic on Sunday at noon. He'll be giving it live from Yokohama, Japan. So it'll be our noon. It'll be about 1 a.m. on Monday morning. So those of you who are interested, let me know. You should be a member of the Friends of Students. And there's information. It's also available right at my website, B3 Monaco. Just go to the calendar page, you know. That's where all the wonderful little things happening. So thanks for joining me on this Thursday. Tomorrow's a big day. It's a 2-4. I'm going to play at noon. And then Friday night we're going to put on the bandanas maybe and some lights. And we're going to go to the Comfest. My favorite. So God bless you. Feeling pretty good, so I'm just going to keep going where I'm at. And we'll see you on tomorrow. And thanks for all your wonderful gifts and contributions. I really appreciate that. That helps me so much. After that, jeez, how can you do that? Yeah. See Instagram. See you tomorrow. Thank you. God bless you.